giving a little intro.
To a point now where I want to write songs again, but the thing is I yap so much. Like, I love talking, but only in a way in which everyone is paying attention to me and loving absolutely everything I'm saying. Like, I need to give off big grandparent vibes, you know what I mean? You know, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm like very mature, but like recently I've been thinking, have you ever looked so deep into someone's eyes to see yourself staring back at you? Like I always think about that, because if you think about it, back in the days I didn't really have a lot of mirrors. You couldn't really just look at a reflection of you, you know. You could do that like at a pool of water or something like that, maybe glass, but like think about it, only like rich people could afford that stuff at that time. So like you would only really see yourselves in the reflection of someone's eyes. So like I've been thinking, like, is that where the phrase "the eyes is a window to the soul" is from? Because like the eyes is a window to you, like your eyes too. Do you get what I mean? Is it clicking, or am I sounding a little bit cuckoo? I don't know.
So many relatives telling us, selling us, devilish works, killing us, crime, intelligent, felonies, prevalent proposition with nons. Ducky was well aware.
You know, being so wise and so young is like kind of a sacrifice. Like, it's legit a sacrifice that I'm making for the good of everyone. You know, using my wisdom to communicate my experiences and to really expose the truth of my world, so that one day a girl like me will come across someone like me and will be inspired and feel less alone in this dark, cold, lonely world. You know, if she can do it, so can I. That's what it should mean to be a Black woman. Yeah. Hello. So, a question that I get a lot is, how are you just so awesome? Okay, no one really asked me that, but I know that it's in a lot of people's heads. A lot of people just want to know, like, how I am the way that I am, why I am the way that I am, and how I maintain myself. Of course, this is a spiritual video. You've been bamboozled by my introduction, but this is very much a spiritual video. Not sponsored, by the way. Oh, that's so rude. Why would you put your tail on my bottle? Like, anyways, this is Miles, guys. Say hi to Miles. Yeah. So, actually, a few people have been asking me how I've gotten where I am and this far within my journey with myself, like my spiritual journey, and how just people just wonder about my journey and how I've gotten to this point, especially since I have been kind of doing this for a while now, and I know there's some people that are interested in like finding their own relationships with God. So yes, I have a list with me. So step number 1, you have to be okay being yourself. That's step number one. Step number one to spirituality and your relationship with God. You need to be yourself because God created you as you are. You are as God created you. If anyone around you or even internally, if you feel like you have to change that, then that's not what God intended. I mean, not internally. Actually, internally we grow and evolve all the time as our relationship with God and with ourselves evolves too. But if external factors are giving you thoughts of changing your character, you gotta be okay with being yourself because yourself is all that you'll have. Okay? Number two, God is love. And in love, there is no fear. There is literally an entire verse in the Bible that talks about what love is. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not boast, etc., etc. So when I see people try to say that, try to push fear onto God, try to make fear God, try to be like, the only thing that you should fear is God, and essentially make people actually fear God, I feel like a lot of people don't really understand that. And the way that I've interpreted it is, in love, there is no fear. God is love. And the only thing that you should fear is God. And you can't fear love. Otherwise, that's not love. So, in a sense, you're not supposed to fear. Fear is the devil. Fear is something that prevents you from being your authentic self. You know, especially in the world that we're in. Fear is used against us to buy things, to change ourselves, to fit in. This fear is something that can be used against you, which is why I've decided that, I decided a while ago that within my relationship with God, that there will be no fear because God loves me unconditionally and God loves you unconditionally. God loves everyone unconditionally. That's my belief. And yeah. Number 3, another thing that I think is really prevalent in my spiritual journey is, number 1, holding myself accountable when I do fall short on the things that I do for myself spiritually when it comes to yoga, meditation, stuff like that. I hold myself accountable, but I don't put this expectation on myself or put this pressure on myself to do certain things to feel closer to God, because by breathing in and out, I'm already one with God. As I breathe now, I'm already one with God, you know? So there are certain things that you can do to help you within your relationship with God. You can pray, journaling, stuff like that. But don't put too much pressure on yourself and have this narrative as if not doing these duties for yourself will weaken your relationship with God. Which, in a sense, these things are there to help you. And the relationship that you have with yourself is the same relationship with how you have with God. You can't love something unless you love yourself. And that also extends to God. God is within you. And when you love yourself, you love God. So the most important step for me is essentially loving myself. And in loving myself, I think that's the most spiritual thing you can do. That's the most thing you can do. Because by loving yourself, you're loving God. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.